All right, welcome back. This is take two on this video. For some reason, the last one just boop stopped on its own. Well, basically, I'm going to talk to you about today is it's a oil and lube place, and they also do mechanic work. Brakes and probably struts and maybe alignments and various other things that you need for your car. It's Kwikkar, Kwikkar. I believe that's how it's spelled. We have one over here about 3 miles from my house in Watauga on 377 Denton Highway. They're very good. They're very quick. They're very polite. I'm usually in and out in 10 minutes. I think the latest I've been here is 15. No big deal. That's start to finish. They never try to oversell me on something. They just do like any other place do. They will tell you, hey, you're recommended to have this, and this done. If you say no, that's fine. They leave you alone. They don't sit there and they try to push it on you. Let's see. I've had, I think, 3 oil changes on my car. I've had 3 oil changes on my wife's car. We each done our inspection over there. Very reasonable, I should say. Sure, I paid $67 for an oil change. Sure, I can get it done a lot of times cheaper at the dealer because they're always sending me coupons and stuff, but I haven't. And because for me, they're a lot closer. They're right here in town. I drive by them going to work. I drive by them coming back from work. So that's primarily why I go there. I mean, the only thing I told them the very first time I went there that I expect is you don't overfill the engine with oil, and number 2, you make sure that the oil pan drain plug is not over tightened, and you make sure it's not loose. The reason why I tell them that, because last year, I don't know, October, September, somewhere around there, I was at the dealer for an oil change. And I don't always go to the same dealer, primarily because I never know when I'm going to hit that magic mark for an oil change. So usually by the time I know I'm going to need it done, I just give somebody a call and see if they're available. Most times it's like 2-3 weeks down the road. And to me, that's unacceptable. So anyways, I get my oil change one time at a local dealer. And then that following morning, my wife calls me when I'm at work. She goes, hey, you had a large puddle of oil on the ground. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, you got a large puddle of oil on the ground. So I go out to my car. First thing I do is I pull the dipstick. Well, plenty of oil in the car. And, the oil cap was on tight. Figured maybe they spilt a little bit and it just, dripped on the ground. Later on that afternoon, one of my coworkers had told me the same thing. She's like, yeah, you got a lot of oil on the ground. Well, come to find out, it was dripping from the oil pan bolt. Really? Called the dealer, told him what was going on. I said, I'm bringing the car in right now. And when I got there, I was very pissed at him. I told him, you are going to redo the oil change on this car. And they did exactly what I asked them to do. What it was the technician did not tighten up the oil pan bolt properly. Surprise, surprise. And they overfilled it. They did say to me, well, that's kind of impossible because the machine that they use to fill up the oil, it's pre-programmed. Well, like anything else, maybe every so many oil changes or every so many months, you got to recalibrate it to make sure that if it's putting in, if you got it set to put in 5 quarts, it's putting in 5. It's not putting in 5.5, or if it's not, or it's not putting in 4.5. They do got to be calibrated. Just like when a cop uses a radar device to, to clock you for speeding, they got to be calibrated too. Okay, so that's primarily why I started going over to Kwikkar. I've never had a problem. So if you got a Kwikkar in your location, you want a quick and easy oil change, you don't want to deal with the hassle of a dealer, or you've had issues with other places, give them a try. I highly recommend them. Thank you.